Assalamualaikum and a very good day. We are from Group Pinat are proudly present to you the book borrowing system for Tunku Tun Aminah Library. So basically our group consists of 6 members which we split into 2 groups. For the first group, which is a group that responsible to code our main functional requirement for this system, which is in this group there is Adib Akil, Adib and Imran, whereas the other group is responsible to enhance our features and interface to system more presentable. Part 1, Introduction. In general, the book borrowing system is a component of the library management system which is used to administer the library's manual tasks. This project is an initiative that assists librarians of the Tunku Tun Aminah Library in managing all aspects of library operations from maintaining book records to issuing books. By using a Java program, the developed system shall allow the librarian to add, return, issue, and view books, along with adding students and view history logs. To ensure security, all book informations as well as the admin account will be stored into the system and will not be shared with anyone. It contains a late feedback option, which means that if the borrower is late returning the book, the librarians can just call the phone number that the borrower provided to ensure that the book is returned on time. If the borrower returns the book late, the librarians will accept it as long as the price is met. Librarians may also view the history of books as well as the length of time they were borrowed and who the borrower was.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Adib bin Aris and let us proceed to the objectives of the project. There are 3 objectives in developing the Tunku Tun Aminah book borrowing system. Firstly, to ensure the book borrowing process in Tunku Tun Aminah Library runs smoothly, to develop a functional and reliable Tunku Tun Aminah book borrowing system using Java, and to design a system that implements Java Graphic User Interface, Java GUI.
Hello, my name is Haris Daniel Beno, and I will explain about the problem backgrounds. According to analysis, there are several problems being identified unsolved. The first issue being encountered was the inflexibility of the manual book borrowing system, which was very vulnerable to human error. A manual method that uses paper documents and make it far more difficult to make changes and keep track of history. So borrower data may be misfiled by librarians. As a result, the process will be slowed and time will be wasted. Also, there are a lot of ways to save data in this system. But in this library system, TXT file has been used to save data, such as username and password. There is a little room for flexibility here, but it works great to write something down into a file very quickly. Also, with a manual system, borrowers may struggle to comply with the recent explosion in information demands, including volume of borrowers' inquiries regarding books and research information. Without a proper system that linked computer networks, locating a precise resource is very time-consuming. The suggested system is the ideal alternative to the traditional methods of data storage, such as logbooks, folders, and file cabinets, which do not allow for quick retrieval. Not only are the records more accurate, but the library can now handle more borrowers than ever before. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. My name is Muhammad Imran bin Fazli with the matrix number of AI 200201. And I'm here want to present methodology. First, let's go to the features of the system. The first feature is the history logs. The history logs allows us to keep track of the history of the borrowers. Second is the text documents. We use text documents as a method to keep in data from the user. Thirdly is graphical user interface, also known as GUI or GUI. This enables the user to make him or her easier to navigate within the system. And now, this is the UML class diagram. As you can see here, it contains book, issue book, return book, add book, admin, add admin, history, and history log. Now, we go into the system menus and options. First is the login page. The login page functions as to read the username and also the password input from the user. And the main page is where the option add book, view book, issue book, return book, add admin, history log, and logout are presented in the page. And let's go further. Now we have add book page, which enables us to add book, and that contains two main options, new book and existing book. For the view book page, we are able to view the available books. Issue book page is where the admin can make the user to issue the book they want to borrow. And for the return book page is the page where the admin can set on who has returned the book. And last but not least, there are three more options, that is add admin page, history log page, and also logout option. The add admin page allows the admin to add another admin into the registry. The history log page allows the admin to keep track of recent borrowers. And lastly, the logout option itself is self-explanatory as it logs out the admin from the system.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adib Akim bin Ahmad Gisam. My metric number AI200130. And right now, I'll be represent the system run. So, what we see here is the login page of the system itself. The librarian need to insert the username and the password in order to use the system. So, the password and the username that we provided is for the username is Karim345 and the password is P1Alias3. But what will happen if the librarian insert either wrong username or wrong password? Let us try it out. Now we can clearly see that the system don't allow the user to enter the system itself. And now we will try to tap the real password or the real username. Karim345, password P1Alias3. Now we can see this is the home page of the system, where the librarian can choose to add book, view book, issue book, return book, see history log, and add admin to the system itself. Now we will choose add book. The librarian can choose either to add new book or add existing book itself to the system. Now, we will add new book into the system first. So, what is the title for our book? Let's say Sang Kancil. The genre maybe Teladan. The publisher Mr. Abdullah. Maybe the book ID is 001 and the price will be 5 and the quantity will be 1. Now we will press the submit button. As we can clearly see, the system will make a pop-up notification that the book has been added into the system. Now we will press OK and back into the home page. Okay, and back. And we'll be back to the home page. Back again. Now we will try to look the book of Sang Kancil that we already add into the system in the view book. View book. As we can see, the ID for the book that we write is 001. The title is Sang Kancil. The genre is Teladan. The publisher is Mr. Abdullah. The price is RM5 and the quantity will be 1. How about we add 2 books? So, 2 book, maybe OOP Programming. The genre may be about education. The publisher may be UTHM. The book ID may be 002. The price may be RM10 and the quantity will be 1. And now we will press the submit button. As we can clearly see, the system will have the pop-up notification that the book has been added. And then we press OK. How about we add another book? Like say we add 2 books, we will need to add another book. So new book. So what book title that we need to add? Let's say C programming. The genre education. The publisher maybe also UTHM. Oops. The book ID 003. The price will be maybe RM50. The quantity will be 1. And now we will press the submit button. So the system already said that the book has been added. We will try to view the book that we already add. Now, like I said before, we add the OOP programming book and the C programming book. As you can see, this 002 and 003 OOP programming and C programming is in the view book. Now we will back to the home page. Now, what happens if the student want to borrow the book? So the librarian will choose the issue book. So now the librarian need to insert the student matric number. For example, I will use my matric number AI200130. My phone number 0123456789 and the book ID. We have 3 books 001, 002 and 003. For example, I want to choose the OOP programming book which is 002. I will put the 002 in this and I will put the duration that I want to borrow. For example, I want to borrow for about a week, so 7 days. And then we will press the submit button. So the book has been issued. We will click OK. We will click back and we click the view book. So now we can clearly see that the quantity of the OOP programming book has been decreased from 1 to 0, which means that there is no book for OOP programming that the library have to be borrowed by the student. Now, what would happen if the student want to borrow another 2 books, 001 Sang Kancil and 003 C programming issue book? Again, I will use my matric number AI200130, my phone number 0123456789. My book ID that I want to borrow is 001 and duration, let's say about 10 days. We will press submit. So the system will display the book has been issued. Click OK, we click back, we click the issue book itself, and now we will try to borrow the 001 book which is Sang Kancil. So I will again put my matric number AI200130, my phone number 0123456789, my book ID which is 001, and duration, let's say about 5 days, and then we press submit. Book is not sufficient. This is what will happen if the librarian or the student want to borrow the book that is not available in the system. The system will show that the book is not sufficient. So what we need to do is the student need to borrow another book. For now, I need to borrow the 003 which is the C programming book. We will need to submit. and then the book has been issued. Okay, we'll press back, and then we will try to view book in the system. Like I said, I already borrowed the 002, which is OOP programming, 001 Sang Kancil, and 003 C programming. So the quantity for 3 books is 0, 0, and 0. Let's say that the student that borrowed the book already read the C programming and the Java programming that has 002 and 003 ID. The librarian just need to press the return book function and select the 002 and click return, click OK, and 003, click return and click OK. So what this pop-up notification means that it is indicate that the book has been returned into the library. We will click OK. Now we will be back to the home page first, and the student issue 3 books, which means the student want to borrow 3 books: Sang Kancil, OOP programming, and C programming. We know that the quantity of the book will be decreased each from 1 to 0. But right now, the student returned only Java programming and C programming. Let's see what will happen in the view book function. So, as we can see that the quantity for the OOP programming and the C programming book is increased back to 1. But the Sang Kancil is not increased to 1 because the student did not return the book to the library. Now we will get back. And then by this we can also check the history log for the system. So the history log indicates that who borrowed the book, their phone number, the book ID, and their book borrow date, and the duration for the student that want to borrow the book. All of this can be seen in the history log. Now, as a librarian, maybe they want to hire another one to use the system. So they need to create new account for the new worker. Now, so the old librarian or the manager need to press the add admin function. So let's say the username is Adib. The password, let's say we put Adib also, and confirm password Adib. But what will happen if the password and the confirm password is not the same? As we know that the password is ADIB, same as the username Adib, but the password is, we will put ADI, submit. Password and the confirm password is not the same. We just need to retype the password, which is ni, submit, and it will pop up a new admin has been added into the system. And then we click OK. Click back. And right now, we will try to log in, use the new account. Now, we already know that the user ID or the username is Adib and the password is Adib. So we press Adib and the password Adib. We will try to log in using the new account. See, the new account can be used. And as we can see, if we check the view book, if we check the history log, it will also have the same data from the previous user. This indicates that the user can be used by everyone and still maintain the data used by another user. And that's it for our system test run. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amir Rashad bin Azman. My metric number is AI2041, and now I will continue my presentation with the conclusion. This project has taught us a lot of new things. The most important thing is mastering the Java programming language through the theoretical and practical knowledge during the development of the system. We also learned a new interactive visual component called Graphical User Interface, GUI. This GUI allows users to interact with our build system through the use of graphical icon and audio indicators. We are also able to finalize and integrate the database into the system to help users for experiencing a better system without any restriction. This project teaches us how to operate as a team and assist one another during the development of this project. A better time management is required to provide the best system possible for the user, given the fact that each team member has a packed schedule. The accomplishment of this project is quite challenging, yet all team members has completed their task successfully. They were dedicated and put effort to complete this project. As a conclusion, nowadays, there are emerging development happening in the technology that affect the kind of application that are developed. Since there is so much competition in the software production, we hope that our books borrowing system for Tunku Tun Aminah Library benefits our society with the better